RHOA fans slam production and Bravo for unfair treatment of Kenya Moore. The moment we've all been waiting for finally played out in episode 5 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and now fans are in uproar. Kenya Moore and newbie Britt Eadie's feud came to a head after a few weeks of tension between them. Last week, things took a turn when Britt made mention of having a pistol after an argument with Kenya. The 54-year-old retaliated at her event and shared explicit photos of Britt. After the episode, a disclaimer stated that they had decided to discontinue filming with Kenya for the rest of the season. Meanwhile, viewers are calling out the network and the producers for giving Britt a pass with her threats about having a pistol and choosing to punish Kenya. Fans blast Bravo and RHOA producers for treating Kenya Moore unfairly. Social media is ablaze with comments about the moment that cost Kenya her job. While many agree that Kenya took things too far, they also think Britt should have been removed from the show the moment she made threats about having pistols. I hate how Kenya retaliated, but the way Bravo handled this, to me, was unfair. Two people should have lost their peach, wrote a commenter. Reason why I'm still on Kenya's side is because, had production handled the gun threats accordingly, the retaliation could have been prevented, said someone else. She did not deserve to be fired, especially if Britt was allowed to continue filming after threatening her life. #ROA, reasoned someone else. One viewer exclaimed, "So let me make sure I have this correct. We fire Kenya for showing explicit pics of Britt. Fine. But we don't fire Britt for making threats involving a gun toward Kenya. We care at naked pics. We do not CAR apt gun threats at Bravo, at Andy." Another viewer said, both Britt and Kenya were wrong, but Britt started it. Production should have reprimanded both of them. The end. Kenya Moore and Britt Eadie speak out after controversial episode. Kenya has been resharing fan comments showing her support, and after the episode, she broke her silence. "You have been my besties for the last 12 years, and I love and appreciate you so much," she noted in the caption. To the cast of #RHOA Season 16, I wish you all an incredible season. Meanwhile, Britt is getting heat on her Instagram page, but is seemingly unbothered by the backlash. When it comes to stirring up drama and delivering reality TV gold, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, never fails to serve. But this season, the heat isn't just coming from the peaches. It's aimed squarely at Bravo and the production team behind the scenes. Why? Fans are sounding off loud and clear on social media, accusing the network and producers of unfairly targeting longtime cast member Kenya Moore. For years, Kenya has been the shade assassin, the beauty queen with a brain, and a central force in driving RHOA's most iconic moments. From her whirlwind pageant-worthy entrances to her sharp-toned reads, Kenya has always brought flavor to the ATL franchise. But lately, fans say, the treatment she's been receiving feels more like sabotage than spotlight. She's the blueprint, and y'all treat her like a footnote. Fans are outraged at what they perceive to be a concerted effort to minimize Kenya's presence and twist narratives against her. From edited scenes that paint her in a negative light to allegedly giving her less screen time despite being a key player, the audience isn't buying the excuses anymore. Twitter and Instagram are ablaze with hashtags like #JusticeForKenya and #KenyaDeservesBetter, with fans compiling receipts faster than a Housewives reunion. She's literally carrying the show, and yet production keeps doing her dirty. One user wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "You can feel the bias in the editing. They highlight her shadiest moments but skip the context. It's giving targeted." Another chimed in, "They'll make a whole storyline out of a Kenya side-eye, but give others a redemption arc for full-on chaos. Make it make sense." Bravo's double standards. One of the biggest gripes among fans is the alleged double standard when it comes to how Kenya is held accountable compared to other cast members. Viewers argue that while Kenya often gets villainized for clapping back or defending herself, other housewives are given grace, airtime to explain their side, or even portrayed as victims, despite being equally or more provocative. Take the infamous trip drama, for example. While Kenya's decision to arrive early to a cast trip was turned into a major storyline and painted as divisive, similar behavior from other cast members has barely raised an eyebrow. Fans feel there's a pattern. When Kenya acts, it's shady. When others do it, it's fun and spontaneous. It's like they wait for her to breathe wrong just so they can build a narrative around it, one longtime viewer posted. Meanwhile, others can be aggressive, dismissive, or flat-out rude, and it gets swept under the rug or spun as realness. Kenya speaks out, subtly. While Kenya Moore has always handled controversy with a queen's composure, even she's hinted that things behind the scenes aren't as peachy as they seem. In recent interviews and cryptic social media posts, she's alluded to being edited unfairly and not receiving the same support from production as her castmates. On one Instagram story, she shared a meme that read, "It's not what you say, it's what they choose to show," followed by a crown emoji. Fans instantly took it as a subtle call out to the show's editors. In another interview, Kenya remarked, "There are a lot of things viewers don't see. I show up, I'm authentic, and I support the show, but not everything is always fair." Supporters see these comments as a restrained but firm acknowledgement of what they've been shouting from the rooftops, that their girl isn't being given a fair shake. A legacy worth protecting. Kenya Moore isn't just another cast member, she's a Housewives icon. Since joining RHOA in Season 5, she's given viewers unforgettable moments. The Gone with the Wind fabulous twirl, her ongoing frenemy dynamic with Portia Williams, the relentless drama with Nene Leakes, and of course, her emotional journey to motherhood. Love her or loathe her, Kenya has brought depth, drama, and authenticity to the show like no other. That's exactly why fans are riding so hard for her. She's given her real life to this show. Her struggles, her wins, her pain, her joy. One fan wrote, "Kenya deserves more than to be edited as the villain season after season." The Bravo backlash. The fan backlash isn't just directed at production. Bravo itself is catching heat. As the network that oversees the Housewives empire, Bravo is being accused of allowing the mistreatment to continue unchecked. Some fans have even threatened to boycott the franchise if changes aren't made. "Enough is enough," one viral tweet said. "If y'all won't protect Kenya or at least treat her fairly, then we won't support the show. Period." Others are calling for Kenya to branch out and get her own spin-off, away from the mess of group dynamics and biased storytelling. "She's more than earned it," one fan said. "Let her shine without being constantly under attack." A larger conversation. This uproar around Kenya Moore also taps into a bigger conversation in reality TV about how Black women, particularly darker-skinned Black women, are portrayed. Many viewers argue that Kenya's experience is part of a wider pattern of unequal treatment, stereotyping, and character manipulation that still persists in the genre. There's a reason why fan favorites like Kenya get painted as aggressive or petty, while others are labeled sassy or misunderstood. One cultural commentator noted online, "It's time we acknowledge the biases in these edits and hold networks accountable." What's next for Kenya? With the fan support surging and louder than ever, one thing's clear. Kenya Moore's legacy isn't going anywhere. Whether she continues to reign on The Real Housewives of Atlanta or moves on to new ventures, her fans are locked in, and they're not afraid to call out the powers that be. As one fan perfectly summed it up, "She's the moment, she's the queen, and she deserves to be treated like it." For now, all eyes are on Bravo. Will they respond to the growing fan fury? Will Kenya finally get the respect and airtime she deserves? Or will this become yet another example of a reality queen being crowned by fans but sidelined by the system? Whatever happens next, one thing's for sure: the fans are watching, and they're not here for the nonsense.